Okay, for this video, I'll be going through the element compounds mixtures, the test yourself quiz. Okay, so please make sure that you have try the questions, then you can mark by yourself. So part 1, definition. What is an element? So this is what you can find in your notes. A substance that cannot be broken down into simpler substances by chemical method. Okay, next is a molecule, which is two or more atoms chemically combined together. So this is important. So we are combining atoms, two or more atoms. Next is a compound, a substance that is made out of two or more elements. So it must be different elements that is chemically combined. Okay, so instead of two or more atoms, but it must be two or more elements. So these two elements must be different. Okay, then we can think of it as a compound. So example will be your NaCl. Okay, maybe for molecule will be O2, oxygen. We can also have nitrogen gas. Okay, we can also have chlorine gas. Okay, so as long as it's two or more atoms chemically combined. So we can also have carbon dioxide. Okay, so carbon dioxide, I will call it a molecule of compound, right? So what makes a molecule? A molecule means two or more atoms. Do we have two or more atoms? Yes. Then why do I call it a molecule of compound? Because it is made out of two or more different elements. Inside I have carbon, I also have oxygen. Okay, then how would I call oxygen, nitrogen and chlorine gas? Note that they are actually made out of the same element. So I will call it a molecule of element. Okay, so this is important, right? Make sure you understand this. Next, we go to mixtures. It is a substance that consists of two or more elements or compounds, not chemically combined. Okay, now name three elements in the same group as bromine. Now group is in the vertical columns, okay, in your periodic table. So bromine, if you look at it, it is in group 17. Okay, so you will see that there's fluorine, chlorine, iodine, and astatine. Now name three elements in the same period. So period, it is going from left to right. These are the rows. Okay, so these are your period. So rows means they transition from metals on the left to non-metals. Okay, so the three elements in the same period, if I choose sodium, it will be lithium. Not so same period. Okay, I think there's some error here. We should be looking for left to right because same period as sodium. So if I were to go down to the periodic table, okay, go down to periodic table, sodium is over here, right? So this is the period 1, this is period 2, this is period 3. So who is in the same period as sodium? It will be magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, and sulfur. Okay, so take note of this. It shouldn't be these answers here. Okay, because period we're looking at the same row. Okay, group then will be the same column. Now name the elements present in the following substances. Oxygen will be O2, yeah, oxygen. Methane is CH4. What are the elements that is found here? Remember, if we look at the symbol of an element, right, the first one must be a capital letter. Okay, the second one is a small letter, right? So this is sodium chloride. Sodium chloride. So the first is a capital letter. So after I have a small letter, I know the next one will be the next element. Okay, so CH4, so it will be carbon and then hydrogen. Next, potassium manganate. So I have capital letter K, which is potassium. I have M, small letter N, is actually manganese. Okay, and then I have capital letter O, so it's my oxygen. Next one, calcium carbonate. So capital letter C and small letter A, it is my calcium. So the next one will be capital letter C, no small letter, so it is our carbon, then followed by oxygen. Okay, so you actually need to spell it out because they ask for the name of the elements. Now, sodium and chlorine react to form table salt, sodium chloride, NaCl, okay, which we consume daily. Will bromine also be able to react with sodium? Yes, okay. Why? Because both bromine and chlorine are in the same group of group 17 and therefore have the same chemical properties. So, Na and we have Cl and Br. Since both of them are in the same group, they will have the same chemical property. So if chlorine can react with sodium, therefore bromine should also be able to react with sodium. So they have another brother, which is your iodine, right? Iodine will also react with sodium. Now, which group does chlorine belong to? 17, easy. We can just check periodic table. Now, some sodium chloride is dissolved in water. Because it is fully dissolved, right? So the resulting mixture is actually a solution, okay? So the mixture is made of soluble solute. Okay. Next, study the diagrams below. Which one represents an element? Since they're just asking for one type, therefore it must be P. A compound, just one type, it will be N. Neither an element nor compound. So you look at M and O, basically it's a mixture. For this is a mixture of elements. Okay, for this is a mixture of elements. Right, we have this element and compound. Okay, we actually have this. Okay, so this is a mixture. Question 6. Use the model of atoms below to draw diagrams to represent each of the following. An element made up of molecules, so will be this. It must be the same type. So I can also use this, right? A compound made up of molecules, so it must be two or more elements chemically combined together. Okay. Now, state which of the above diagram P, Q, R, and S represents a mixture of elements. So will be R. Okay, mixture of different atoms of elements, and also P because they are still elements and it's a mixture. We have a mixture of two black and two white. Okay, now a mixture of compound, so we must look at compound. For Q, it is not a mixture, it is made up fully of the compound. So it will be S because I have one type of compound, one white, two black. I have the other compound which is one black and one white. Okay, so we have a mixture. So you need to read the questions carefully. Okay.